So she actually wandered into our garage 2 days before we were gonna get married. It was super hot out. It was horrible, and under a pile of stuff in the garage, I heard whining, and there was this little tiny puppy that was probably about as long as my forearm. And, well, I brought it to the house, and I was like, "Hey, I found this dog," and my wife goes, "What?" And long story short, now we have a puppy.
The vet said they think she was about 12 weeks. She's truly man's best friend. They're inseparable.
She is a bit of a daddy's girl.
She loves to running and playing in the water are her two favorite things. She loves to be in the water. Not swimming necessarily, but like bowls of water or like little plastic pools and stuff. She'll just hang out in there. So she is quite the talker. She is 50% Husky, and the Husky comes out for sure in the talking part of the personality. So I dropped her off at daycare early that morning. And then about 9 o'clock, I was in a meeting and received a phone call that she'd been hit by a car. So we immediately left work, went home and picked him up. And then we met her at the emergency vet in Fort Lauderdale. She had a polytrauma situation where her mandible had been broken. It was divided. They believe she had some brain trauma because she had a bloody nose, a collapsed lung, chest contusions, a diaphragmatic hernia, and the broken spine. So the fractured spine is what brought us to SEVN, and we were referred. At that point, we were having a lot of really difficult conversations with the emergency vet in Fort Lauderdale about what we were going to do. And we really just felt like we didn't have enough information to make a decision like that. So she recommended us to come down here for MRI. That was our first step, was to do the MRI and really to evaluate how bad the injury was, because at that point her spine was the critical issue that we needed to address. We met her down here, they did the MRI, provided us the information. On our drive down, we had many conversations about what we were going to do with the information to kind of prepare ourselves. And through those conversations, Dr. Kornberg told us that he felt 97% confident that she would fully recover, which was really a big sigh of relief for us because that number was much higher than we had talked about. So that really drove our next decisions for her care. So we let them proceed with the surgery to repair her spine. The night of the surgery and the transport, the communication was over the moon. I couldn't have been happier with the communication. We always knew what was happening, and they were very transparent with us about the next steps and the risks and what to expect. And then we came back 2 weeks later for her follow-up, and they did a little graduation ceremony, and she came back and got checked and then walked out with her little graduation hat, and everyone took a big picture with us. And so we felt very welcome here. Yes, one of the best things about this experience has really been how we feel like you all genuinely care. There's an emotional attachment, I can tell. The only one that I know by name is Dr. Kornberg, but obviously a huge shout out to him. Clearly, veterinary neurology is needed. His skills are impressive, clearly, because he did a great job. So he saved her life.